Hello, we'll now walk through how to upload a dataset to the Cafe Dataverse collection. Further step-by-step details can also be found on the Cafe Data Management website. In this contributing to the Climate Health Dataverse collection page, there's also a link here that will take you to the Dataverse collection. And here you can see that collection. If this is your first time, you can sign up or you can log in up in the top right corner. Once you are logged in, you'll be brought back to this Cafe collection page where you can see your own data sets or other data sets that have been posted. And when you're ready to add your data set, you can click on Add Data and New Data Set. And you will want to confirm here that you are posting into the Cafe collection. You'll see that as the host Dataverse and with the dataset template. If you confirm that information, then you can start to fill out the metadata for your dataset. So you'll fill out some basic information about your dataset. You'll be asked to select a subject that's relevant. You'll also be asked to select a keyword. You will be asked to, if possible, select keywords from the Climate Change and Human Health Glossary, which is linked here. You can look for any words that would be relevant for your data set, search and confirm that they are part of the Climate Change and Human Health Dictionary, and then add. And having the controlled vocabulary URL set to the CCH glossary will make sure that these are tracked. If you are looking to use keywords from another controlled vocabulary, you can include that controlled URL below. Here you'll include any information about related publications. If you are deriving measures from separate source data and there's a publication that can be noted, that should be included here, as well as an identifier. Here you can select the geographic coverage for your data set. So you can say what country is relevant for. If there is a state or province, it should be noted here. You'll see that the other field is required, but as is indicated here, if you don't have anything relevant there, you can just include NA. The computational workflow metadata will be relevant to the code that was used to derive your dataset. And for further guidance on whether it might be more appropriate to include just code or a GitHub repository, there's further information on the data management website here in the Climate Cafe code sharing workthrough. Here we have a GitHub repository that's relevant, so we can copy the link and include it here. Note that this is an R-based workflow. And the next section is about data sources. So again, if this is something that was derived from elsewhere, then that should be flagged and all of this relevant information should be filled out. And once all of the information about the related publication has been included, you can move on to metadata about the data location, select whether or not the data is geospatial. Here we'll say yes. The spatial reference system should be noted, as well as a URL that will be referenced to it. And the spatial file type will also be noted. If this is a raster dataset, then more information would be included below. And once all of these fields have been completed, you want to make sure especially that all the required fields are filled in. You can move on to the next step of uploading files that are relevant. So you'll select the files that you'd like to add and select all the files that you'd like to upload. Here you have an RDS file, an Excel data dictionary, and a README text file. You can see that this is tracked data. Will also include the shapefile that was used to derive these measures. Shapefile. And you'll see as these continue to load, they'll appear below and you'll be able to include additional information here, which can be useful for end users. Just include some example information here below. You can also note a file path. So here, if I want this to be, this track data to be in a separate folder, that can be noted here. And then once this information is complete, as well as all the fields above, you can click on Save Dataset. And here you see this validation error. That means that something that is required has not been filled out. Can look down. And it's like this other field did not save. And we need here. And if all of the required metadata has been completed, then you'll see this screen that says success. You can see that your demo data set is here with all of the details that have been added here. There are a few different options here for how to make additional edits. You can upload additional files here or select edit data set and change any of these different elements like the metadata. Once you have saved the data set, it will not be immediately available for use by other users. It'll have to be submitted for review. That should be a short process. And if there are any questions about the data set or any unclear metadata, then someone may contact you. But when you are ready to submit and everything has been completed, you can just click this Submit for Review. You'll be all set. After your dataset has been submitted for review and accepted, it will appear on the Cafe collection page. Once it has been published, you will be able to have it be cited and others will be able to access the dataset. There's a persistent identifier for each dataset that can be tracked in this metadata tab so that the dataset can be cited. And there's also options for direct download through the Dataverse, as well as an option to contact the dataset owner if there's any questions that come up about the data.